Hi everyone, I am Harshita and welcome back to our science class. This is the continued part of the chapter Crop Production and Management. In this class, we are going to learn more about the next topic, that is, who are nomads and how farming began, and different types of crops like Kharif and Rabi crops. A very long time ago, about 1000 years ago, people lived a different life. They were called nomads. Nomads were the people who did not live in one place like we do today. They did not have proper house, village or farms. Instead, they used to walk from one place to other place, carrying whatever little they had. It may be some tools or maybe some fruits, always searching for food and shelter. But food was not easy to find. There were no markets or shops. So they ate what nature gave them: raw fruits, berries, wild vegetables, and sometimes even roots of the trees. And when they needed meat, they would go hunting, chasing animals like deer and wild pigs, using stones and sticks. Nomads did not know how to grow food. They had no farms, no seeds, and no idea about planting. They only gathered food that they found growing on its own. They were gatherers and hunters. But one day, amazing happened. Some of them noticed a tiny green plant growing from a fallen seed. They waited and watched, and that small seed turned into a plant. It had leaves and it grew taller, and soon it has grains or fruits. That was a big moment in history. They thought, what if we plant more seed? Can we grow our own food? And so, farming began. In this picture, you can see how people hunting and wild animal using stone and wooden stick. And in this picture, you can see how people gathering fruits. And in this picture, you can see how people noticing that a plant coming from the seed. And in this picture, you can see how they constructing their huts. And in this picture, you can see how the villages started. And in this picture, we can see how they learned about paddy cropping. In this picture, we can see people keeping goats, chickens near their hut. They give little food and protect them. Slowly, they understand if we take care of animals, we get milk and eggs. So they stop hunting daily and start animal farming. This is called domestication. After many years, people do farming in big lands. Now, today with technology, we use machines, tractors, and drip water to grow more food. Farming changed a lot. From stone tools to science, farming becomes smarter. Now, let us understand what is a crop. When plants of the same kind are grown together in one place on a large scale, it's called a crop. For example, a crop of wheat means that all plants in the field are wheat plants. The crops can be different types, such as cereals, vegetables, and fruits, and are grown according to the season. India has a variety of climates in different regions, so different crops are grown in different parts. For example, we can see the fruit apple, which is grown only in North India, that is Jammu and Kashmir. To understand well what is a crop, you can see this slide where you can see only paddy plants. In this picture you can see it is full of maize plants, and in this picture you can see it is full of peanut plants, and in this picture you can see it is full of cabbage plant. And now see this picture. It contains varieties of plants. Is this a crop? No, it is not a crop. It is called as mixed cropping or mixed farming. Now let us learn about different types of crops. First one is cereal, second one is vegetables, third one is fruits. Now let us learn what are the examples of cereals. Examples are rice, wheat, maize, etc. In vegetables, potato, tomato, cabbage, etc. In fruits, mango, banana, apple, orange, etc. Now you may get doubt of how vegetables, cereals, fruit are different from each other. Cereals are the grains and vegetables are the part of the plant which are edible, and fruits that grow from the flowers which are very sweet, juicy, and they can be edible. India experiences different seasons like the rainy season, winter season, summer season, spring season, and autumn season. Because of these seasonal changes, different types of crops can be grown in different parts of the country. Now let us understand about classification of crops based on the seasons. First one is Kharif crops, second one is Rabi crops, third one is Zaid crops. Zaid crops is not in your syllabus, but still you can know about it. Kharif crops are grown in the rainy season. They sown between June to September and harvested between October to November, and examples are maize, paddy, cotton, soybean, and groundnut. Rabi crops are the crops which are grown in winter, sown in October to December and harvested near between March to April. Examples are wheat, peas, mustard, and grams. Zaid crops are the crops which are grown in summer, sown between March to June and harvested between July to September. Example, watermelon, cucumber, muskmelon. Let us look into textbook. Till 1000 BCE, people were nomadic. They were wandering in groups from one place to another place in search of food and shelter. They ate raw fruits and vegetables and started hunting animals for food. Later, they could cultivate land and produce rice, wheat, and other food crops. Thus was born agriculture. When plants of the same kind are cultivated at one place on a large scale, it is called a crop. For example, a crop of wheat means that all plants grown in a field that are of wheat. You already know that crops are of different types like cereals, vegetables, and fruits. These can be classified on the basis of the season in which they grow. India is a vast country. The climatic conditions like temperature, humidity, and rainfall vary from one region to another. Accordingly, there is a rich variety of crops grown in different parts of the country. Despite this diversity, two broad cropping patterns can be identified. These are Kharif crops and Rabi crops. First one, Kharif crops. The crops which are sown in the rainy season are called Kharif crops. The rainy season in India generally from June to September. Paddy, maize, soybean, groundnut, and cottons are Kharif crops. Second one is Rabi crops. The crops grown in winter season, October to March, are called Rabi crops. Example of Rabi crops are wheat, gram, pea, mustard, and linseed. Besides these, pulses and vegetables are grown during summer at many places. I hope you enjoyed and understood today's class. If you have any doubts, just drop your question in comment box and stay tuned for the next video.